Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and the sojourners of truth, the 144 chosen of the chosen few. You all know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Celestial Earth in this divine energy essence of it all, always reporting to you live and direct from dimension number 5. Where else would we be? Right? And I often feel myself oscillating back and forth. These past 2 days were one of them where it's like, okay, it's time for me to get back to 5D. I was doing a whole lot of 3D responsible stuff. Like, okay, I'm getting this done. I'm checking off the box. Check, check. Okay, now that we got this 3D stuff out of the way, like I'm ready to check back into 5D. Realistically, we're always in 5D, but I mean to be intentionally existing in 5D, and this is what a lot of us are working towards right now. Ashe. So with that, I bring you the news to infuse, if you so choose to infuse with that light, as we are all lighting up on the light grid. If not, you can refuse, but be prepared to be fried on the grid. All right, and we're gonna feel some frying. We are a whole lot of frying going on. Right now, though, it's one of the more calmer moments after what we have just come through, with a lot more of intense energies coming through the 8-8 gate and calls of a mentee. And it's been a little bit more, I want to say tame, but not really, as we're going through, it's like the quiet before the storm, as we are going through Virgo season. And Virgo season, which is also our eclipse season, because the eclipse aligns with our south node, with our nodes. And our south node is in Virgo while our north node is in Pisces. So now it's on these are the lunar nodes, and during this time, this is when it brings up what we are supposed to really be doing with these lunar nodes, what we're activating. It's going to be more activated right now. And so Virgo being the season, I want to say it's the season of distractions. That's what I got as a message coming to me, that eclipse season will bring distractions. It is for organization. If you think about what Virgo is, it's to fall in alignment with the principalities of Virgo, which is about things being in order and finding practicality, practical application. So with our north node being in Pisces, it is asking for practicality in spirituality, right? Making spirituality a very practical thing, just to make this simple, because we can talk stars and all of this, and yes, that explains a lot, but for it to be palatable, and for it to be palatable, more understandable, I just want to keep it plain and simple. We're looking for practicality into spirituality. Our north node is taking us deeper into the spiritual aspects of time. It's expanding, broadening our horizons, if you will, into our spiritual depths of our spiritual selves, helping us to find our spiritual blueprint, and really going in and doing the work as we're being called to do. But now it's really going to be activating the south node a lot to do what the south node is supposed to be doing, which is helping us to look in the past, and remove the south node is more about the past and what we have been doing within humanity, right? And this is all to help. This is all to help us get to a place where that best suits humanity, age of the Aquarian. The Aquarius age is also about collaborations and humanity. So we're collaborating with, and I believe I mentioned that before, that we're collaborating with divine timing. We're finding the divine time, hence the calendars. The calendars are one of the things that are coming out. Those who maybe even are like me, making new calendars, creating calendars that bring us to the return of the origins of time, according to the seasons, according to the cosmos, according to the stars, which are the cosmos. And it's bringing us into this organization, right? The stars are like what I call the divine orchestra of time. It is all about divine order. It is about the organization of the stars. If you think about a constellation, the constellation is an organization of stars, correct? So this is about organization. What is it that we are to be a part of? What are we supposed to be organizing? And I'm not just talking about our homes, but it helps to start somewhere. So when you begin to clear up certain parts of your home, that is a practical application. It is a ritual, which is the bridge. It bridges us from the physical, taking something tangible and physical, and it bridges us to the intangible, the things that we're not seeing in our energy field, in our consciousness, that is intangible. But it needs order, it needs organization, it needs structure, it needs practicality, right? And Virgo is about, earth sign, but it's a mutable earth sign, so it's very movable, so things are going to be moving. This also could look like earthquakes. Moving earth is the tectonic plates that are shifting, parts of the earth that are shifting, parts of your body that is shifting, parts of the body of the earth is shifting. So this movement in time space reality, which is in the physicality of the earth, is calling forth practical application, organization. So us organizing our physical space, our emotional space, our mental space, our spiritual space, which I just mentioned to you, the 4 parts of the body, right? Meaning from the root to the heart chakra, which those are all parts within the body. The upper chakras are in the ethers. So those 4 are the main 4 parts of the body, meaning the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body, in which the mental body is also the identity body, which a lot of people are being tugged on right now. And I'll do another video about that, because I do want to talk about that some more. There is the identity aspect that is being challenged right now, especially with regards to how we see service. And that has to do with South Node and Virgo. A lot of that is being challenged because we are being challenged now to face what we see as service. And are you being of true service, right? Not because you work for a company. Like, there are a lot of companies, there's a lot that you're going to see falling down before your eyes. For those of you who found this channel and you're attuned to this, and these truths resonate with you, you are one of the ones, the 144, the 36 Niners, the chosen of the chosen of the chosen few. You are the ones that are going to find that it just doesn't work anymore. What you thought you stood for, you're going to realize, if you haven't already, most of you probably have, that wherever you work or whatever you thought you stood for is not standing for you, and is not standing for the good of humanity. It has all been a front. That is what this season is really going to highlight when we talk about organization. So when I say organization, don't just think, okay, we're going to organize this over here and it's going to be all cute and This is going to be forms of distraction and destruction. It is going to be sometimes showing up as chaos so that you can see the curtain fall, so that you can see that this was all a lie, like the Wizard of Oz. Like, the curtain's going to fall and you're going to see that what they said that this was about, what you thought that you supported and you worked for in a particular profession, especially because Virgo also has to do with, in practicality, the vocational aspect. So anything out there that has to do with vocation, work, service, which they kind of go hand in hand. A lot of people are doing jobs that are supposed to be service to humanity. The medical field, the education field, political structures, all of these that look like they are for the people, you are now finding out, or you've already found out, but you are now no longer tolerating the lie, because the curtains have fallen. The old world, as we say, the timelines are collapsing, as we all see and know, and you can no longer just stand by and say, do and keep going about your merry little business. You're noticing now. It's very apparent, and you're seeing that now we have a responsibility. To whom much is given, much is always required. So we are being called to be responsible, to be able to respond to the truths that we behold, and be able to stand in our authentic authority, This is all solar plexus as well, is what I'm talking about. The identity body, the mental body is very much solar plexus. And we're in the solar plexus season. We're actually coming to the end of it now as we're wrapping up the summer season. We're about to close out the solar plexus season. And we're being called to look at these distractions. So eclipse season is going to really highlight it with that full moon coming in. And the full moon is what really highlights a lot of things. So it's going to really be that huge, powerful, potent cosmic spotlight that is going to bring all the distractions to the forefront, because it is a preparation of distractions by distractions. That's how I see. You know how they say by the people for the people? Like, it's by distractions, it's for distractions by distractions, meaning the preparation that we're all going to be getting, we're being prepared to recognize distractions, we're being prepared to see them, and the only way to be prepared is to experience them. Life is experience, so be prepared for distractions by having the experience of distraction. So we got to be on the lookout. We're being called, remember, this is post Halls of Amenti. This is post the volcanoes erupting in the Ring of Fire. This is post recognizing that the Sophia energy has risen, that the Sophia energy has been placed back on her throne right beside the Christos energy. So it's no longer just the Christos light, illumination, enlightenment. It is now Christos beside Sophia, sitting on the throne together, light of illumination and wisdom. And so we need to have these distractions to bring forth the wisdom, to give us the opportunity to discern, as I've been speaking about. So in this season, there are going to be some distractions, and they may look a variety of different ways for many people. It may be a family member, it may be a family member in need, it may be something on a job, it may be, there's these little things that call at you. And for those of us who are balancing these in these times, it may be a little hard. Sometimes you may blur the lines, because we're working in the season, in the Virgo season, of being practical and bringing practicality into our spirituality. So a lot of us are balancing this practicality. So these distractions, we may get thrown off a little, because we're looking at the what's needed to be done, but we're looking at spirituality. Excuse my loud neighbors. Always happens. But we're looking at this spirituality to being practical to enter into the spirituality. Faithfully, I said that correctly. With this distraction. See, that's what I'm talking about. There are these distractions that are just going to pop up just like that in every day-to-day things. This is our daily living. This is, things we go out in the day, and this is what we're going to have to encounter. They're going to be loud noises. They're going to be loud people. And this is the intention of the demiurge. And while I say that, let me say this, because I say that with the purpose and the intention for us to always still understand that the demiurge, the darkness, the opposition, the parasitic energy, archons, whatever we call it, always remember that it is an assimilation. It is an assimilation that is here for us to practice our discernment of wisdom through our experience. So it is a part of it. As always, it's not for us to fight it. It is for us to practice knowing it and having wisdom to know the difference between the two in this knowing. So it's not to put ourselves against it and say, oh my gosh, this darkness, oh my gosh, these distractions, oh, the enemy is out to get me. Yes and no. Right? It's put in the assimilation in our programming that we came into this world of duality. It's a part of it. It is the demiurge, and it is a part of the assimilation for us to work through it, right? For us to transcend, for us to stand within and ascend, for us to practice practical application. How can we practice it if it doesn't show up? So you're going to deal with these NPCs, right? Those distractions, they're NPCs, they're non-participating characters. And what I can offer to us of what to do, a solution, is to recognize it and stand firm in who you know that you are to be true. When you know that they're NPCs, you know that it is beneath you, and it's not a better than, less than. It's really to understand, overstand, and understand, and see they will continue, they will pass it themselves right along. And I believe that was a service vehicle. See, I'm talking about service. I believe that was also like an ambulance. um so these things that are here to service, but it will pass right along. That was one of the lessons that I was getting today. If you stand firm in knowing who you are, know thyself to be true, know your wisdom, be confident in it, be empowered in being integrated and whole with one mind consciousness. When you know that there is nothing outside of you that is going to take you out of that and bring you into a mode of separation, into the illusion of separation, into the fears that come from the illusion of separation, all of that comes about because you forget. That's it. It's as simple as that. The number one cause of all sin is simply forgetfulness, because sin is a mistake or a misstep. So when you forget that you are whole, when you forget that you are one, that's why we have to be active participants in the remembering. Always remembering. Remember who you are. Remember the stardust that you come from. Remember the one mind consciousness, and be actively remembering. Not just, oh yeah, I remember you, but actively remembering what is true of you in the oneness. And when you know that to be true, no matter what shows up or comes up against you, you can look at it and say, I see you. I see you. I recognize this. It's not of me. It's not of truth. I am above it. This is beneath me. It is beneath me because it is less than light. It is less than truth. It is less than love, which is what I abide in. That is what knowing yourself looks like. So I invite you, I share that with you. So in case anything should come up, these distractions that are going to be coming up, it is to prepare you. Preparation of distractions. And there's going to be a lot that we're going to see in the month of November. So consider this as preparation. Consider this as them just throwing the balls at you right now so you can practice catching them, so that when that time comes, you'll know exactly what you're catching. You'll know, oh, got it, I see you. Ashe? So don't get sucked in to the daily things, because remember I said it's going to be daily living things. Don't get sucked into the daily things that can take us off track. Don't get sucked into it. Recognize it. You may feel like, oh, okay, I'm balancing practicality. I got to prepare for this. And yes, but don't, when you feel yourself getting really pulled in, overwhelmed by, really your mind is just focusing on only the physical and you're not seeing the spiritual, always be tethered to the spiritual. Whatever you're doing daily and practically, make sure that it's tethered to something spiritual, to the depths of your spiritual blueprint. If you have to write an affirmation, something to quicken yourself in every now moment as the distractions arise. That is the best that I can say of what to share on how you can face that, because it's going to be coming up. Right? The archons, the non-participating characters, the NPCs, all of that, they're doing their part. And yes, they're going to be there to bring all kind of distractions, to be the dark matter chatter, to help bring down when so much light is pouring in. It's going to want to help bring that down or stop the light. Oh no, too much light, we don't want this. And I'm not just talking about things outside of yourself. I'm talking about within yourself. There are parts of you, and we'll talk more about that when I talk more about the ego's identity and things like that. But there are parts of you that don't want, although you may want the light and you may say you want the light, those parts of you that are still in the darkness, that is still in the dark matter chatter and is still used to the familiarity of this darkness, does not want the light. So even within you, we must be prepared to see when it shows up in certain things within you where you may be posing and having some resistance because of that light, and because the darkness that doesn't want to, it's like, oh no, no, too much light, we want this, we're used to this, and it may be clinging to these old ways, clinging to, and it's a part of grief, it is a part of recognizing that this has to go, and it feels like it's you, but it is not, and it is not true. However, we must recognize it. The recognition is key. Recognition is everything. So as we go into this season, this eclipse season, be prepared to know that it is going to bring distractions. But if you're practicing organization right now, and knowing that organization is making sure you know where everything belongs in its place, all the aspects of you, all the concepts, all the ideas, and be ready to get rid of ideas and concepts that no longer serve you. Truthfully, things you wanted to wholeheartedly believe in, that you're feeling it crumble away, and that's okay. Do so in peace. Take time to breathe, take time to be by yourself, because part of this, you may be feeling a pull away from others, and that's okay. You're having to experience that isolation to give that person space and time, to give yourself time to have allowance and patience and more compassion, because you're outgrowing some of those things, and if they haven't done what they needed to do to cross over to quantum leap, then it's no longer a vibrational match in that way. But it's okay, to take a break apart, take a understand that the isolation is just a moment. For some people it may be permanent, but it's a moment to let you gather yourself, and to give them space, to give them time and space to have reflections if they so choose. It doesn't mean that they will. Some may never see it. You may be giving space, and then you think that when you come back together that they're going to be, I don't know, maybe they would have reflected, but it's not necessary. But and it is for you to do what must needs be done for you. Give yourself that space to have that compassion for where they are, so that when you come back in the midst of them, you have a different, you know, mindset about it. The boundaries that you have set within yourself gives you a stronger mindset with them, and patience, and you're allowed to merge in a way that is safer for both you and them. Ashe. And it is understanding that they may never return what you think it would be. They may come back with ingratitude, because while you're having compassion, remember that time away, they may have felt abandoned or rejected, or they may have felt that you're slighting them because they don't understand the process. They're not, especially if they're not willing to look into certain parts of them to see what it is and what could be causing it. They just may not see it, and that's okay. The key is for you to be in your compassion, the allowance for patience, and expanding that compassion for yourself and for them and where they are. And this is why it's good to have that strength of knowing who you are, because even if they come, with a sense of ingratitude while you're having compassion for where they are, it's one of those things where Yeshua said, forgive them for they know not what they do, or my people perish for a lack of knowledge. They don't have that awareness. And so you just grant peace, you just grant compassion, and walk in that compassion towards them, and let it not move you. It's okay if you see any type of ingratitude, or that's the only word that comes up to me right now, because we're going to encounter that. It's going to be like, well, why did I have compassion for them? It's okay. Keep having compassion, because it's not really about them in that way as much as it is about you in the way in which you're going. Ashe? So, and then it shows that you beat the demiurge. Like that's a assimilation that can't come nigh thee, as it says in Psalms 21, 10,000, not 21, 91. 10,000 shall fall at my left or my right, whatever it says, but it shall not come nigh thee. So it will not matter unto thee. because you have set yourself on high vibrations, high frequencies, high timeline, high vibe. So whatever it is, you will not even feel slighted by it. It'll be like water off a duck's back, and you will just appreciate them for who they are and be able to still celebrate them in the things that they are good at and the things that highlight their high qualities, even where it may reflect in some places that they can't see the compassion that you had. Ashe? So be prepared, because all of these are distractions. So buckle up for eclipse season, Virgo season, South Node in Virgo being activated during this season. So a lot of, and I'm going to talk more about that, the different services and what we're to look forward to, what services to look at, and how it's going to show up for us, because we can see it in many different ways. But it is for us to recognize this is not true service. So anything you see that disturbs you, it's okay. Take a deep breath, meditate, drink some water, center yourself, ground, particularly in the earth during this mutable time in the earth, and let the earth move you. Feel the movement of the earth. Get your earth codes, your wind codes, all that happens in the body of the earth, the water codes, the sun codes, and allow it to speak to you and guide you through this highly potent season. And this is what we have to look forward to coming up. And if you want to go deeper in, take a deeper dive, I invite you into the Divine Chakra Moon Workshop. And I'm going to leave it right there, because I made a whole different video inviting you and talking to you about it. So you may look out for that little mini short story, if you will. So if that's something that's for you and you're interested, it starts on the 4th. It'll be 7 days from the 4th to the 10th. You can email me at akilahtextri@gmail.com, which is at a 5D corner near you, where you can also pick up your 5D calendar, Return to Kemet, a shift in time, to get you into your true timeline. Ashe? So with that said, each one reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out, and be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Peace, love, and light.